Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is the Lord of Pain, Ranting Monkey,
Hey, guys.
and the Lord of Pennies, Satsu 2 Cents,
What up, though?
and the Lord of Potterphilia, Weebo Jones.
Hi.
And I'm your host, Scribe, the Lord of Punishment. Before we begin, just a note that the President of the United States is purportedly, at some time in the very near future, to start an address to the nation regarding Syria. That may indeed happen while we are streaming. I've got a window open. So once it starts, I'll try to provide some running commentary to what I'm hearing, like if we're suddenly finding out we're going to go to war or something. But that's just a warning that we might have to cut in at some point with some live updates.
Oh, boy.
Other than that, how are you guys tonight?
I am wonderful. You?
Well, we can talk about the state of my brain in a minute or three. Did you guys retweet the stream by any chance?
Not yet. Give me a 1 hot sec.
Advertise. This is why there's only 65 people watching. Satsu,
Well,
how are you?
in fairness, I went to share it, and then you told me about the CNN or the Donald Trump thing, so I was looking that up. So I got distracted by you. That's your fault.
No, it's mine. Okay. Satsu, how are you?
I'm good. Trying to figure out this mouse and keyboard shit.
Yeah, Satsu doesn't know how to play games with a mouse and keyboard, guys. He's I'm honestly shocked that a gamer of his stature doesn't know keyboard mouse controls for games.
Well, I've just recently got a PC because the computers I've always had have been trash. So I've been a console peasant my entire life. I've never even played a game outside of, like the fucking old school pinball game that you used to play on the computer all the time and fucking, what was it, Namco Museum. Those are like the only games I ever played on PC.
Yeah, well, you're on PC now, bitch. Get used to it.
Ctron says, the ad at the beginning of this stream mentioned Latinx Scribe. Well, I do not endorse the ads that run on the stream, because I don't know what they run. And if they run Latinx, I cannot apologize enough for bad grammar. And the president's talking. So
the president is talking, you guys.
Okay, so Uh-oh. A combined operation with the armed forces of France and the United Kingdom is now underway.
Oh,
we're about to fuck up Syria.
All right.
Oh, what God. And the Russians said if bombs come in, they're going to, this is not a good night.
No.
Friday the 13th, y'all.
Okay, so he's going over the fact that there was a chemical attack or, report thereof. He's talking about last year. Last year, because of a chemical attack, we struck with 58 missiles. And then it happened again. Yes. Okay, so he's going over the facts of the recent chemical attack. And he's, underlining the fact that it was a massacre and it was awful and everything else. I'm waiting for the details of exactly what we're doing.
I'm surprised Twitter ain't got this playing somewhere.
Yeah, he's an evil dictator. And he is. Yes, going over the mothers and fathers and the children.
Oh, boy.
Gasping for air. Oh, boy.
Wow. Yeah. So not exactly what I was expecting.
Yeah. These are not the actions of a man. These are the crimes of a monster. He's bringing up World War I.
Oh, yeah. That's where the gas thing became a real problem.
That's true. Mustard gas. That's what gave Hitler his wonderful voice. Mustard gas.
Hmm?
Oh, he got exposed to mustard gas in World War I in the trenches, and that's what kind of made his voice all hoarse and scratchy and everything.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The purpose of our actions tonight is to establish a strong deterrence against Assad's chemical weapons. Establishing this deterrent is a vital national security interest of the United States.
So have we already launched?
This is what I was joking about before the stream. It's like when we were talking about the Reagan thing. It's like, my fellow Americans, 5 minutes ago we started an attack, and that's basically what happened now. Uh-oh. We are prepared to sustain this response until the Syrian regime stops its use of prohibited chemical weapons. Uh-oh.
Well, are they using them right now? Because if not, stop.
Hold on. He has a message for Russia and Iran.
Oh, God.
Here we go. To Iran and to Russia, I ask, what kind of a nation wants to be associated with a mass murderer of innocent men, women, and children? The nations of the world can be judged by the friends they keep. No nation can succeed in the long run by promoting rogue states, tyrants, and murderers. Oh, boy. Okay, in 2013, Putin and his government guaranteed the elimination of Assad's chemical weapons. The chemical attack and today's response are the direct result of Russia's failure to keep that promise. Russia must decide if we will continue down this dark path, or if they will continue down this dark path, or will join with civilized nations. Oh. Hopefully someday we'll get along with Russia and maybe even Iran, but maybe not. Holy shit.
Well,
oh my
so
God.
And there's another act of war.
Yeah, so guys, we're going to war. It's number 13. Thank you. Greetings, my colonizers, Becky and G Hunter Satsu.
Greetings.
Wow.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna mute this. I'm sure we'll hear more about it later, but yeah. So apparently, the U.S., France, and Britain are currently, as I speak, essentially involved in some kind of joint actions, specifics as of yet unstated, in attacking Syria in some fashion at some point. And Scribe, typo in the stream title. No. None of that is a typo. None of that is a typo. We'll get to why that's not a typo here shortly. But yeah. So guys, in all but name, we just went to war.
Oh shit!
With fucking Russia.
World War III just started. And
This will not be war with Syria.
Yeah. So I don't think I'm being hyperbolic when I say this is effectively World War III. I'm trying not to be hyperbolic, but you've got 3 nations attacking the ally of Russia and Iran after Russia has said that any attack or missiles launched by the U.S. would be met with Russian response. Yeah. So, guys, welcome to Friday the 13th. At least it's a memorable date for such a ominous event. I was going to try to read some funny stories today, and we probably still will, but I'm a little overtaken with war.
I have returned.
How many wars is this for you in your lifetime now, Monkey, that you've been alive to witness begin?
Since I've been old enough to pay attention to them, because I'm sure Grenada was in my lifetime, you know, that 3-day event. Let's see. There was the first Gulf War, the second one,
Yes.
Afghanistan,
Mm-hmm.
and now this, I guess.
Well, I guess Bosnia wasn't technically a war we were involved in, but let's be honest, we kind of were basically having a war. There was
been
Somalia,
so many, Libya. There was the Iran thing back in the 80s when they were mining the Gulf. We've been basically at war since I've been alive, to be honest.
Terry Diamantis, thank you. Oh well, peoplekind had a good run. Well, yeah, I don't know how this proceeds.
Here's the what's going to be telling is the Russian response. That's what we need to wait for at this point. One, we need to see what we're hitting. The march to war was pretty straight on. if the Russians hit back and they hit significant targets, if they hit anything a U.S. target and not just some rebel stronghold, yeah, all out war is going to break out.
President Trump orders U.S. forces to launch precision strikes against chemical weapons facilities of Assad in Syria. I hope there are no Russian military personnel around there. Which
I mean, if there are, that would be telling, wouldn't it?
Yes, that would be.
Would be a shame if something happened to them at this juncture.
Fucking Putin's like, hey, I got yeah, don't do that.
Thank you, average apathetic American. But what if Syria calls in the bully hunters? Could be bad news bears for our troops. They are elites, but for reals, holy shit. Yeah, well,
we will get to bully hunters again later.
Yeah, we'll get to bully hunters shortly. Okay, well, the speech is over. Whatever he had to say is the stream is over with. Now there's just creaking chairs in the background. So I'll refresh the CNN page here shortly to see if they have any other details. But how about we talk about other news for a little bit, I guess?
Sure.
I like not being depressed.
Do we care? Yeah, okay.
I feel like a Harry Potter fanfic character now.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Well, prior to starting a new military conflict, the big news today, such as it was, the FBI seized recordings between Trump's lawyer and Stormy Daniels' former lawyer.
Oh.
Yeah, because Michael Cohen, it is Michael Cohen, isn't it? Yeah. He's been charged with criminal counts, apparently. The FBI seized recordings President Donald Trump's attorney made of his conversations with a lawyer representing two women who had alleged affairs with Trump, a source familiar with the matter tells CNN. The recordings could prove valuable to the government's criminal investigation of Michael Cohen. The president's personal attorney is under scrutiny in part for his role in seeking to suppress the alleged affair through a hush deal with porn star Stormy Daniels. The warrant sought information about that payment along with any information that connected Cohen with efforts to suppress disclosure of Trump's alleged affair with Playboy model Karen McDougal. The warrant for the raids also specified that Cohen was being investigated for bank fraud, wire fraud, and campaign finance issues.
See?
While Cohen has admitted to no wrongdoing, the intensity of the government's investigation will put significant pressure on one of the president's closest confidants. There you go.
Yep, that's what Paul Joseph Watson was talking about. Not Paul Joseph Watson. Ben Shapiro was talking about the campaign finance thing.
It's easy to get those guys mixed up.
It is. No, I actually have a lot more respect for Shapiro, even though I actually like both of them, to be honest. Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to hit him with campaign finance, which would get the banking and the wire fraud because it would be money transfer. I think that's a stretch, though. I really do.
Yeah, unless they think they can try to like somehow roll him to say something else. But I think attorney-client privilege gets him a lot of things. Insulated, I mean. So.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb.
Let's see. Otherwise, Trump pardoned Scooter Libby today. I had already thought that he had been. Obviously, my memory was not correct. He had his sentence commuted by Bush. For some reason, I had in my mind that he'd already been pardoned, but it was made official today. So the fact that I already thought he had been pardoned, this doesn't really mean much to me because he was effectively pardoned to begin with. Why he did it? Political stuff, I guess, and I don't know, just to do it, I suppose, because it's a Republican thing to do.
Hashtag reasons.
Yeah, well, I mean, Chris Eliza says he has 5 reasons why Trump did it. 1, he wants to send a message about out-of-control special prosecutors. Well, okay.
There was
2,
no special prosecutor in that case.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea why that wasn't a special prosecutor. He was brought up on, charges of treason, basically, outing Valerie Plame. 2, he is friends with Libby's lawyers. Now, Trump does value loyalty, I guess. 3, Comey appointed Fitzgerald as special counsel.
Was there a special counsel in that?
Oh, wait. After Attorney General John Ashcroft recused himself in the Plame investigation, a newly installed Deputy Attorney General named James Comey was put in charge of the probe. Comey picked Fitzgerald to run the investigation, and that appointment eventually led to Libby's conviction. Is that a special counsel, though?
I didn't think there was.
Well, I guess
there was.
I guess technically that is. Okay.
Right.
4, Trump has never liked the Bushes. Okay.
And why pardon Libby?
Speaking of sticking it in people's eyes, the Libby part. This is also, remember, this is from Chris Cillizza. So, the Libby pardon also functions as a middle finger to the Bush clan. As I noted above and stuff that I didn't read, George W. Bush refused to pardon Libby, a move that enraged Cheney. Then consider that Trump has had a very dicey relationship with the Bush family. Blah blah blah.
But Bush commuted his sentence. I mean, yeah. Without there's some reach in there, Chris.
And 5, Trump is no fan of the intelligence community.
I don't blame him there.
You know, taken out of context, that could be a much more true statement than one might realize.
That's a funny statement given the events that just happened. Yeah.
So, well, who knows? I don't. We'll find out. Anyway, what else did I have? So this last story that I had, I didn't have much today because not much happened today until like 10 minutes ago. The other one I had was this one that I posted on Twitter earlier today. And I'm just going to read the headline and read a little bit of details out of it and get your guys' reaction. A couple fleeing ICE died in a crash. Agents might not have told the truth about chasing them. Sounds awful, doesn't it?
When there's ice on the road, you got to drive careful.
Oh. Okay, so this is from the Washington Post. I'm going to read this and then see what... I know Monkey saw this. I'm not sure if Satsu or Weebo saw this. So
real quick, for the record, any of you who follow me on Twitter, yes, I just recycled a joke from earlier. I'm okay with it.
Oh, and thank you, Snubberth. War won't distract CNN from Trump's soda consumption. Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, they're going to be kind of in a weird place because they have to sort of report on this stuff. And you think CNN will set aside some of their rabidness, at least for the sake of like paying attention to the important stuff for a little while?
Oh, hell no. This is going to make it worse. There's already so many conspiracies about this being a false flag and everything. This will be proof it's a false flag.
All right. So the couple was trying to flee. Federal immigration agents had just shown up at the 2 farm workers' residence in Delano, California, or Delano, whatever, on March 13th, thinking it belonged to a Mexican citizen they wanted to arrest, Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials said at the time. And the man who had left the house had matched, quote, the target's description, officials said. The couple drove off in an SUV, so ICE agents went after them. What came next was a fatal car crash and a narrative from ICE with discrepancies about what happened. According to the ICE officials, the agents attempted to stop the SUV. The driver at first pulled over, but then sped away once the agents exited their vehicle. As he was speeding, the driver lost control of the vehicle, veered into a dirt shoulder, and rammed into a power pole, according to the Delano Police Department. The SUV flipped onto its roof, and its 2 occupants, 35-year-old Santos Hilaro Garcia and 33-year-old Marcelina Garcia Profecto, were pronounced dead at the scene. ICE officials said Garcia wasn't the man they wanted to arrest, but he was a Mexican citizen who returned to the country 3 times between 2008 and 2017, then was removed from the United States again last year. When asked if that meant ICE had an active final order of removal for Garcia, officials said that was not necessarily the case. They did not elaborate. Okay, so ICE go to a place looking for Guy A. Yeah. They instead see Guy B. Guy B sees them coming. He takes his wife or girlfriend or whatever, jumps into a car, speeds off, avoids capture, then crashes, and they both die.
Yeah.
And this is ICE's fault. How?
Because if they weren't rounding up illegals, the illegals wouldn't have ran.
1 month later, the couple's deaths have become another battleground in a war between California and the federal officials cracking down on immigrants who live there illegally. And although ICE officials have maintained they weren't looking to arrest the parents of six, so they ran and left their kids behind running away from ICE. Good job. Police note discrepancies in their accounts of what happened. In March, ICE officials told police they did not have emergency lights activated on their respective vehicles. But video surveillance obtained by Delano police shows the agent's vehicle speeding down West Cecil Avenue, traveling in the same direction as the couple's vehicle with their emergency lights on. So...
Okay.
Based on the discrepancies in the ICE agent's statements, the traffic collision report has been forwarded to the Kern County District Attorney's Office. Charges against the agents have been requested for their violation of California Vehicle Code 31, which states, quote, no person shall give, either orally or in writing, information to a peace officer while in the performance of his duties under the provision of this code when such person knows that the information is false. What?
What they're saying is that the ICE agents knew they'd had their lights on.
Oh, so because they're going to bring the agents up on charges for saying their lights were off when they were on.
Yeah.
Wait, what did the ICE agents say about the lights specifically?
ICE officials could not be immediately reached by the Post for comment. Spokesman Richard Roca, in a statement obtained by the Los Angeles Times, Monday said, per routine protocol, at the time of the incident, the facts surrounding the encounter were referred for review, and that review is ongoing. What's the penalty for violating Vehicle Code 31?
Probably a small fine.
Let's see. Vehicle Code. No person shall get. It doesn't say. So I have no idea. If somebody in the chat has a better idea of California traffic law than I do, by all means. But,
yes.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Thank you, Gregory Hurst. Speedy Gonzalez shakes his head in disappointment. Oh.
Well played, sir.
And thank you, Serenity Lotus. I guess if you want to go for a World War III, there is no better target than the fucking capital of Syria, Damascus. Yeah. Well, I don't think we're bombing Damascus. I'd be surprised if we were bombing Damascus. Supposedly these are military strategic targets or something, but I guess we'll find out as time goes on. Anyway, that story that stuck out to me because it's like, okay, so the ICE agents made a mistake before they could even clarify who it was that they saw. The guy ran, so they didn't even have an opportunity to identify the guy as not the one they were looking for before they took off. And without any information otherwise, the ICE guys pursued because, you know, they have a suspicious person who's running away from law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
They freak out, flip their car, and die. And they don't find out the truth of what's going on until after it's all over with because they never had a chance to even talk to the guy. And now California's trying to stick it to ICE by giving him a traffic ticket.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reality is, if they hadn't run or hadn't driven like assholes, they'd be alive right now. Or you know, if they were in Mexico where they belonged.
Hundreds attended a memorial service for Garcia and Garcia Perfecto last week, the Los Angeles Times reported. One Delano resident, Susana Ortiz, told the newspaper that she did not know the couple, but said that what happened to them, quote, could happen to any one of us, unquote. Quote, people are scared because they're leaving their kids and they don't know if they're going to come back. Yeah, they certainly did leave their kids on a high-speed chase away from law enforcement, and they died as a result. Where were they planning on running to with the cops behind them?
Canada.
Yeah, leaving their 6 kids behind. So good job, guys. Anyway, I just saw that earlier today, and it just kind of stuck in my head. So
it's so funny to hear. Like, the criminals are scared because they're leaving their children while running away from police. Like,
why would we want people afraid to break the law? I don't understand.
Anyway. Let's see, anything else exciting going on here? All right. Well, like I say, I'm checking the news sites to see if anything more detailed is telling us about what's going on in the war, but we probably won't have details until at least later tonight or tomorrow, depending. Because, like I say, the most important thing, everything else aside, is what does Russia say and do as a response?
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
What happens to the kids of the couple that just died?
They're
Well,
state wards now. Well, it
yeah.
depends on whether they were born here or not.
Yeah, if they're not born here, they'll probably be sent back to family in Mexico. If they were born here, yeah, they become wards of the state probably, unless they have some extended family up here that will take them in or something. I mean, like I said, in all these stories where the parents who are here illegally, or well, we don't even know if the wife was. We know that he was.
Oh boy.
For all we know, that she might have been completely legal. But either way, the real victims of the whole thing end up being the kids, because they're not responsible for their parents' choices, especially in this situation. Their parents decided to put their lives at risk to avoid facing up to whatever they had to face. I mean, and again, they weren't even the ones being looked at. If the guy had any kind of identification, if he had a state ID and said, "Oh, I'm not the guy you're looking for," the ICE guys, unless they had some reason otherwise, would probably just walked away.
Yeah.
This is why you know that. Why are you running? Stop running.
Gregory Hurst says depends on how attractive they are, monkey.
Oh.
Well, we know if they're
Shame on you.
if they're illegals, they're not attractive.
Thank you, Snubbirth. So they paid for the funeral, but not an immigration lawyer. Yeah, well. And guys, for those of you that do not know, the attractive children comment comes from something we talked about on Monkey's channel last night on the show.
No, Satsu's channel.
Oh, sorry, Satsu. Sorry, my brain is a little bit in three different directions now because of Harry Potter, World War III, and Dr. Pepper. Anyway, Satsu's channel last night, there was a story about a congressman or representative or whatever who categorized the children or the children attempting to cross the border illegally as attractive.
Not attractive. They're not sending their attractive children.
Well, yeah, he feared for the attractive children that were going to be sent into slavery because the unattractive ones would make it to the border and the attractive ones would be caught and killed ahead of time or whatever. When
Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their most attractive children.
Yeah.
They're sending Tues. Jesus Christ. Attractive children.
They're sending their cleft lips, their buck tooths, their brunettes.
They're brunettes.
Brunettes.
Okay. Well, unless you guys have any other stories, let's go to MSS News and try to find some funny things to lift the. Because I'm bummed, honestly. I'm honestly bummed right now. I don't like. I know this sounds like the British form of understatement. I don't like going to war. I don't like blowing people up.
I wanted to talk a little bit about bully hunters.
Sure. Okay.
Did you guys see Zombie Unicorn's tweets from yesterday where she says that was not a live show?
Yeah,
yes.
It wasn't supposed to be considered live at all. It was, and here's the script to our live show.
You can have a script for a live show. They do it all the time. But they presented the whole thing as live.
Yes.
They said it was going to be a live event. They said at the beginning of the event that it was a live event. I'm sorry I didn't get up, baby. I hurt. I'm sorry.
They also, at the end of the show, said, let's go to Twitch and Twitter to see what's going on. Like it just was going on live. Oh, hi, Lady Monkey.
Scribe says hi.
Hi, Lady Monkey.
They all say hi. Except Satsu hasn't said hi yet.
Satsu!
What up, Doe?
He said, what up, Doe?
I was waiting for my chance.
She's very defensive right now, and she's not Lady Monkey. We're talking about Zombie Unicorn again. She doesn't understand why people are so upset with her. She was just a spokesperson for this after all.
Mm-hmm.
It is amazing how quickly the narrative changed on this one, because she said a couple of times to two different people that she spoke with the people in charge and told them that she thought maybe this wasn't a good idea. Like, well, then why would you still do it? You were a liar. You got caught lying, and stop it. Just stop it. That's all.
Jenna P said, Scribe Light, I have a son born from Syria. He has burn marks from the attack in 2013.
Wow.
Yikes. So anything else, or shall we go on MSS News?
Let's go on to MSS News.
Do your thing, Chicken Wing.
What?
Do your thing, Chicken Wing.
Yeah, Chicken Wing.
What world am I living in? Okay, guys, if you have news stories you'd like us to read on the air, please send them to us via Twitter using the hashtag MSS News. Can't promise we'll get to them all, but we'll look at as many as we can.
He said
And he said gothically as I ran in a suicidal fashion towards the news. So I'm going to look for funny stories, at least happy stories or interesting stories. I'm going to avoid the ones about murder and incest tonight, guys, because I'd like something a little bit more lighthearted until we hear what's next on the war front. How about this? This one comes from Meridian Hawk. Let's see if it'll come up here. Japanese engineer builds giant robot to realize Gundam dream.
That's cool.
Paradigm?
Japanese engineer Masaki Nagumo has always dreamed of suiting up as a robot from Mobile Suit Gundam, his favorite animation series growing up. Now he has made it a reality by creating a giant humanoid inspired by the science fiction franchise. And I'm looking at a little video that's playing about it, and yeah, the thing's the size of a warehouse. Developed at Sakabara Kakai, a maker of farming machinery, LW Monofu is a 8.5 meter or 28 feet tall, two-legged robot weighing in at more than 7 tons. It contains a cockpit with monitors and levers for the pilot to control the robot's arms and legs. Quote, I think this can be turned into a business opportunity, Nagumo 44 told Reuters, noting the popularity of the iconic series that has spawned movies, manga, video games, and more. Does this thing walk around? It looks like
if it's that big, I doubt it.
Well, anyway, I'll put the link in the chat. I'm getting an echo from somebody. It's probably... Oh, no, it walks.
Of course it's Weebo.
It's walking.
It's not me.
I'll put the link in the chat in case people want to see the little video of the robot walking around. And remember, guys, if you take a link out of the chat and try to put it in your browser, you may have to backspace once at the very end to get rid of a invisible character that'll screw up the browser.
How about now? Are you echoing now?
No.
Testing. That's fine. Let's see. We talked about the overweight blogger who was in the Vegas hotel last night.
She's big enough to talk about twice if you really wanted to.
Oh God, that picture is just. Oh Lord.
That's a big bitch, y'all. If you haven't seen the picture.
Let's see. What's this? Oh, is this a badger? Oh, okay. Badger. This comes from Guillermo's Salvage. Part of castle. Oh, this is in the UK. Part of a castle closed off due to a very angry badger. The cellar tunnel at Craignethan Castle was shut at around midday on Thursday after staff discovered an unexpected guest. It is thought the animal may have become lost, and staff have been trying to lure him out with cat food and honey. The rest of the castle in South Lancashire remains open to visitors. Historic Scotland told visitors about the unusual resident in a tweet saying, quote, if you're heading to Craignethan Castle over the next few days, you might find a cellar tunnel closed due to the presence of a very angry badger. We're trying to entice it out with cat food and send it home to chill. What?
We got thunder here, y'all, so hopefully I'll make it.
Thank you, Cryptic. Goddamn minding freedom. Yeah, I know. He's in Scotland terrorizing tourists. And apparently cat food isn't working.
Enough?
Yeah, Jesus, German. Got to invade Scotland now, too.
Jesus German?
Jesus German.
I didn't know
Jesus was a German.
He was a German.
I was unaware of this fact. Monkey, why didn't you tell me this?
I like to keep things secret until people find out themselves, and then I remind them that I already knew.
How dare you?
What is this?
I have news to report.
Okay.
The Lords of the Night would like to give a big congratulations to the Kardashian family.
We would.
Why?
Because Khloe Kardashian gave birth to a female girl the other day.
A female girl?
A female girl?
You don't say.
A
Now
female
that's rare.
deer?
A female
Deer?
girl.
What? Oh. Doe, a deer. A female girl.
Ooh, well, good thing it wasn't a male girl.
I know, a male girl. A merle.
I don't know. Somebody
I
posted
am
it.
Lay shook.
Now my wife is questioning me on whether or not I know she actually had a child. I don't. It was a Twitter post. Somebody said Khloe Kardashian had a female girl.
She was pregnant. I'm pretty sure she was pregnant. So I mean,
but she had a female girl.
yeah, female girl.
I knew it.
Don't you have male boys?
I have one female girl and 2 male boys.
Good for you, monkey.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
This
actually,
fucking-
you know,
No. It's a girl.
if I say this correctly, so a female girl, you put those two words together, it's ephemeral.
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 Like the artery?
Well, yes. If you say it like that, it's ephemeral. Ephemeral. I like that. Okay.
You should
Well,
name your firstborn child that.
bleh, if I ever have one.
Well, honey,
Okay, this one comes from.
bombing Syria.
Oh, I got a lot of background noise coming from somebody.
Monkey!
That would be Satsu.
Fish.
Really?
Thank you, Snubber13. Monkey, did Kanye deliver that news? Sounds like he did.
I actually don't know who the person was. It was just a thing I saw on Twitter, and it really annoyed me.
That amuses me.
This one comes from Underground Tattoo Society, aka Sweeper Steven.
Stacy.
And Satsu's air conditioner is blowing in the microphone.
Yeah, I muted and unmuted my mic, and that always happens. Like the game goes up whenever I unmute it. It's weird.
Ah, okay. Let's see. Missouri state senator who called for President Trump's assassination calls for slave reparations.
Ew.
A black Missouri state senator who said she hoped President Donald Trump would be assassinated is now calling for reparations for blacks because of slavery.
Her first.
Sorry? Oh, yeah, her first. Yeah.
He gets to do it first, though.
During the debate over a tax bill on April 17th, April 7th.
Hang on. Something is amiss here.
This story was posted on April 12th, 2018. Maybe they mean 7th? I don't know.
No, of course not. That makes too much sense.
Okay, well, anyway, this is from Breitbart. It says April 17th. So,
God damn it, Breitbart, get your shit together.
Democrat Senator Maria Chappelle Nadal took to the Senate floor at the state capitol in Jefferson City to demand that the state pass a reparations policy. Chappelle Nadal also criticized members of her own party for not joining in her effort, the Kansas City Star reported. Chappelle Nadal insisted that Democrats like Senator Claire McCaskill are, quote, no different than Republicans who generally oppose reparations for slavery. Quote, neither one of them give a heck about the black community, only the votes, Chappelle Nadal said.
A heck?
A heck.
Well,
I would just like to go on record and say anybody that was a slave in the United States should get reparations.
yeah.
Also Prince.
Yeah, let's round up all the people who were slaves that are still alive.
Yep.
You want to round up the slaves?
And give
Black, he can do that.
Satsu, what?
and give them their shit. But what
You want to give them their shit? Satsu, what are you saying? Satsu wants to round up slaves and give them shit.
Satsu, how dare you? That is horrible.
Satsu, you're the last person I thought that would ever advocate for such things.
Satsu,
No.
what the frick, man? What the frick?
I'm a horrible person. It's fine. It's
This
cool.
is not new.
Calm down.
I just love the way you said round up the slaves.
No, I'm just saying, like, get them all together. I mean, there's got to be some left. They're not all dead.
Slavery
Yeah, they
ended in 1860, what, 3?
Are they all dead?
They're all dead.
Anyone who was officially a slave under law is officially dead, yes.
Okay, well, there you go. There's nobody to give reparations to. Because if you say give reparations for slavery, then it's like, oh, you people suffered slavery? They're like, no, we didn't. Then what? Okay, then I'm not giving you reparations for slavery. What am I giving it to you for? Like, that's not the reasoning. They need to change the reasoning because that's not it. You can't say for slavery because it's like, well, nobody here has been a slave. So that's not what it's for.
If you ask Tana Mojo, she says there's still slaves living today.
Tana Mojo can suck.
She would. She's got some white guilt going on right now, so you could probably get a blowjob out of her.
Oh,
all right. Well, I'll be right back then.
All right. Well. Speaking of white guilt, I guess I have to read this one. This comes from your boy Pat. Let's see if it'll open up here. Police say missing marijuana eaten by mice.
Sure it was. Sure it was.
8 Argentinian police officers have been dismissed due to a pending investigation into their claims that mice are responsible for the disappearance of 1,191 pounds of marijuana.
Bruh.
Half a ton of marijuana was eaten by rats.
Police say the drugs missing from the warehouse in Pilar had been in storage there for 2 years. The officers involved in the investigation claim the drugs were, quote, eaten by mice, but forensics experts say if mice ingested the drugs, they probably would have died, and, quote, a lot of corpses would have been found in the warehouse. Concerns were raised when former police commissioner Javier Specia didn't sign the inventory for the impounded drugs when he left the position in 2017. The officers will testify. The officers will testify in court May 4th as to whether the missing drugs are gone due to expedience or negligence.
Somebody sold that shit. Come on.
That's funny.
God, mice ate them.
The dog ate my homework.
Mice might eat a little bit of your pot. They're not going to. What was it? 1,000 pounds?
1,191.
Yeah, half a ton of marijuana. Yeah, that was not the mice.
Okay.
That's the real secret of Nymph.
Can you imagine a fucking warehouse full of high-ass mice?
Thank you, Gregory Hurst. And now the origin of Slowpoke Rodriguez.
I used to love him.
Slowpoke. We'll do 2 more here. This one comes from Raymond Lewis. Mitch McConnell, yes, that Mitch McConnell, just introduced a bill to legalize hemp. Well, since hemp isn't marijuana, I don't care.
It makes no reason or no. Illegal hemp makes less sense than illegal marijuana.
It's true. It's true, but that doesn't legalize marijuana. Yeah, the bill would not legalize marijuana for recreational medical uses, but it would allow non-psychoactive forms of cannabis. Like, sure, if you grow non-marijuana, quote unquote, hemp, and then you mine it for paper products and rope and things like that, you'll get a lot more yield than waiting for trees to grow.
Sure.
So, by all means, legalize hemp. I'm fine with that. He introduced a bill, doesn't mean it's going to get passed, but yeah, good for him.
Real quick, Jim Healy says, I've witnessed mice eating pot. It happens. I don't doubt that mice will eat some pot. They're not eating half
They definitely didn't eat 1,000 pounds worth of pot.
Yeah, and leave no trace behind.
Right. They may have been tampering with 1,000 pounds of pot, but there's no way they ate all of it.
And lastly, from Shiogorath, is this recent? Let me make sure, because I guess so. Marvel creator Stan Lee accuses ex-business manager of stealing his money and blood in a lawsuit.
Oh, so he's confirming that it's happening.
Marvel creators, well, Stan Lee didn't create Marvel per se, but I just won't be nitpicky. Stan Lee is suing his ex. Huh?
That's like saying, I don't mean to offend you, and then saying something offensive.
I said I was being nitpicky.
You said you don't mean to be
nitpicky.
Well, I won't get any more nitpicky than I already
There
was.
you go. All right. See, now I'm being nitpicky, but all right.
I mean, I just get, my brain gets caught on the like Marvel creator. He didn't create Marvel. He created many Marvel characters, but the company wasn't his. He was hired. He was work for hire like everybody else. He's suing his ex-business manager for millions, claiming Gerardo Olivares is a villain who raided his coffers and tried to sell his blood to groupies in Las Vegas. In a lawsuit filed Friday in Los Angeles, Lee claims Olivares, I guess, bought an $850,000 condo with misappropriated funds and likely wrote himself a forged check for $300,000 without permission. The comic book legend, otherwise he would be like Richard Pryor or something, 95, also claims his lawyer had a nurse extract his blood with a syringe to sell as a collectible. The 15-page complaint was filed by Lee's lawyer, Jonathan Freund, with the help of Lee's new gatekeeper, Kia Morgan, who spoke to the news on Friday. Quote, he's obviously a bloodsucker, literally, Morgan said of Olivares. To take blood from a guy and start selling it, it's a despicable low, it's gross and disgusting, and an abomination, who then appeared and fought the Hulk. Okay, because there was some question as to whether or not Lee actually was... like there was some story that like he was denying reports that he was being abused. I guess that's out the window now. So anyway, there you go, guys. Let's see, anything exciting going on CNN right now? U.S. and allies strike Syria. Let's see. Vice President Pence in Lima, Peru, called congressional leaders minutes before Trump announced the strikes. Let's see. Both U.S. ships and aircrafts were used in the strikes as defense officials.
Oh.
So we
had the Raptors over.
Did we fly planes over Syrian airspace and shoot missiles at them? Don't know. We'll find out in the coming hours, I'm sure.
Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, whether we invaded their airspace with our planes or just our missiles, we invaded their airspace either way.
Yeah, it's just when you have our planes flying over, there's the risk that they could be shot down, is the thing.
True.
Anyway, guys, we're going to move on to YouTube time. Thank you so much for the stories. Appreciate it. So tradition being such as it is, Satsu, your reparations are you get to go first.
Boo. I didn't do anything important. I was going to stream today once I figured out this mouse and keyboard thing, but I'm still figuring it out. So I was going to do a little Far Cry or whatever, but I'm actually just going to test it out tonight on the stream, and hopefully I don't get monkey killed.
Hey.
I got you back.
So you guys are doing 7 Days to Die after the stream tonight?
We are indeed.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, the thunder?
Yeah, it's getting loud.
Thunder.
Okay, sorry.
Well, maybe you guys should try Far Cry 5 instead.
I actually, I tried 7 Days to Die, and 7 Days to Die has a lot less going on, so I think I can manage that and be okay. But Far Cry 5 is a bit more involved.
So with your keyboard and mouse controls?
Yeah, because there's a lot of things you gotta jumble, and because it's like an active kind of shooter, and there's a lot of people. Yeah, it's that's a lot to get. So I think if I keep playing 7 Days, I'll just kind of get used to the posture and just hitting the buttons I need to hit, and then I can gradually move over to Far Cry. So we'll see.
Let's see. I'll go next real quick. I didn't do much today. I'm slowly picking apart the interview / conversation about how trans is a gender. I'm just getting into it. I'm learning how to be a better ally by correcting myself and saying that trans is a gender.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
No, Satsu, you're not being a good ally.
I don't.
Better ally.
Don't make no sense.
Satsu, you're not being supportive if you're not believing what you're told by someone who want you to think like they do. Okay.
I could support them with a rocket launcher.
Hey, Satsu.
Yes.
That's not productive.
Is it not?
It is indeed problematic, Satsu.
I feel like it is extremely productive.
Right.
Waste of a rocket, but very productive.
Yeah, no, anything that involves a rocket launcher, I say go for it. Sounds productive as heck.
Unless it's in Monkey's hands.
Then, yeah, no, fuck that.
I'm good with a rocket launcher.
Mm-hmm.
You're not good with planes. We know that already.
That's still great.
God, I'm gonna clip that shit, dude. It's gonna happen.
Backscan asked, Monkey, are you sure it's thunder and it could be the Russians responding? If it is, they're getting close, y'all.
Why would they hit fucking Michigan first?
Auto City. Russia's idea of what America's manufacturing hub is might be about 50 years behind the time. So,
oh my God, they're gonna be like, it's 2019 and Flint still has radioactive water.
Let's see. So, Monkey, what did you do today?
The only thing I did was go visit Weebo.
Yeah.
I started to make a video and I got about halfway through it and I got bored as fuck with it. And if I get bored making a video, I don't finish it. So I didn't get anything else done. Wasted a few hours doing that too. Pissed me off.
Okay. What video was it? What were you talking about, Minky?
I really, really want to rip into the bully hunters. But it just wasn't coming out very well.
Yeah, apparently Jim has dropped his video on the bully hunters in the last few minutes. So.
Oh yeah, I just saw it.
Oh man,
I will watch it after the stream. You guys in the chat, you better just stay here until it's time to go.
Well, I'll go watch it now. See you guys.
Bye. Okay. Your boy Pat says, oh, speaking of YouTube time, your boy Pat says, I dropped my first video on my new channel. Good.
Oh, sweet.
So, Pat, give me the link to that in the chat, and I'll make sure I put it in the description.
Let me go check out Pat's new channel.
And our guest, Weebo. I know at least a little bit of what you did today because I was there for part of it, and so was Monkey. So tell us what you were up to today.
So I made we did a Twitter poll last week where I said if get enough votes, I'll do a live read through of My Immortal, the worst fan fiction ever written on the internet, and we did that today. And Monkey showed up, and it was great. And Scribe showed up, and it was hilarious. And then
wait. Monkey's great, and I'm hilarious.
Yeah, because you well, you know how Scribe reads bad English and he gets triggered by it?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That was what happened, and it was fantastic.
Is that a thing that happens?
That's a thing that happens.
Let's see. Thank you. Nope. Monkey, you should play video games with Weebs. Have her report you to the bully hunters and make a video of what happens next. I would enjoy that.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord. Yeah. So this fan fiction. I didn't. All I know is that I went on to Twitter after playing a game or something, and there was a message from Weebo that says, please join. And I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. And she sent me the link to a Hangout. And I'm like, at first, my first thought was, is this another birthday stream I'm supposed to be on? So I clicked on it, and I came into the room, and I'm like, why the fuck am I here? And they're like, hold on, Scribe. And then Bear proceeded to read whatever was on the screen in a Hagrid voice. And I'm looking at this on the screen, and I know pretty quick what it is. I mean, I've been around the internet block a few times to understand when I'm reading fan fiction, or at least /fic of some kind, because of what was going on there. But it was intentionally written horrifically and childishly and everything else.
We don't know that, just so you know.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it maybe.
Anyway, it's about maybe 2 steps up from E.L. James writing for 50 Shades of Grey. I
have some key quotes from that.
Oh, by all means.
Would you like me to read them?
Like you to? I'd love
it. Quote, "Stop it now, you horny simpletons," shouted Professor McGoogle, who was watching us, and so was everyone else.
This is when they started going after each other in class. Yeah,
Yep.
having sex.
During what was it? Hair magical magic creatures. I think. Yeah. And there was another one. Vyower excretion advised.
What?
All I know
Weebo,
is
speak English.
all I know is that when I showed up, they were talking about some guy who was masticating with a broomstick.
Oh God, no. Okay, let me set this up for you.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to explain the title of the stream, but by all means, go ahead.
So the main character, Ebony or Anabi, depending on how she spells it,
Or Anobi.
Anobi is taking a bath, and she gets out of the bath and she gets dressed, and then she goes to her window, and she notices that Snap and Lumen are floating on brooms outside of her window. Snap is recording her on a video recorder, and Lumen is masticating. So they're masticating to her naked body, so she puts a towel on. Now remember, I just told you she got dressed.
Yeah.
They're masticating to her naked body underneath her clothing. It was a great when masticating made me laugh way too hard.
The whole fucking thing was just it had me dying. Oh, we're doing that again, by the way.
Guys,
Oof.
I was kidding earlier. I was hoping it wasn't the case, but no, bombs are falling on Damascus.
Jim just said there's reports that Russian assets have launched.
Yeah. I just retweeted a quick video somebody took of the first explosions over Damascus.
Why would we be hitting Damascus?
I don't. Trump has authorized military attack on Syrian regime. France and UK participating in attack. Syrian air defense systems have been activated. Massive blasts and columns of smoke in eastern Damascus. Explosions heard at Syrian side of border with Lebanon, west of Damascus. The U.S. just bombed the capital city of a close ally of the second largest nuclear power on the planet. I don't think I'm being irrationally paranoid here. This is a big deal. That's coming from Vernaculus.
What about Iran? I mean,
yeah,
Iran is a close ally of Syria, and we've just given them a reason to strike.
This is one of those situations where I'm mentally and otherwise holding my breath because I have absolutely no idea what happens next. I don't know, because these things can escalate very quickly. If Russia decides to retaliate, I don't even know what I mean. If Russia does something stupid, how does Russia respond to this? The only way Russia responds to this, if they do militarily, is to strike some asset of ours or one of our allies. So do they strike Turkey? If they strike Turkey, we're World War III. Or anybody else. I mean, hell, if they attack any other sovereign nation that is just tied to us or an ally to us, or do anything else that might otherwise impede or impair an ally of ours, it doesn't stop. We're on our way to, I don't know where we are. I don't know. So guys, yeah. I don't have a deep topic because I'm kind of in a state of shock right now, honestly.
Holy shit.
Try not to overreact here. I honestly am not trying to overreact or cause false panic or anything, but I can't see where this goes without it going very badly and very quickly.
The only way this goes quickly and without it getting too bad would be for the Russians to bomb the sites in Syria. It is something that they would consider a rebel stronghold that's left, which we've been told there aren't any.
Yeah.
and accidentally blow up like I don't even know what countries are still over in Syria. Weren't the British there for a while?
Yeah, I don't know what other assets other countries have over there right now or nearby. I don't know.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. The Russian response is going to be what's important here.
Yeah, whatever they do is going to set the next domino. And,
well, it's been nice knowing y'all.
I'm in
Are
Michigan.
Me and Monkey gonna
fine.
have to get GoPros to play 7 days in real life?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Hey, we're not on the coast, man. You and me are fine, Satsu. It's the coasts are going to go low.
Fine-ish. We're a little close, but not that close.
Well, the blast radius of a nuke isn't that big.
Well, also nobody wants to hit Ohio.
Yeah, what's in Ohio that anyone wants?
And aren't you in Cleveland? It already looks like it's been hit.
Well, Cleveland is better off than East Cleveland. That's for damn sure. Cleveland is fucking. That bitch is stuck in a terrible time loop.
Do you think if they nuked California, Mexico would get offended because of all the Mexicans that died?
I think that would basically be an attack on Mexico if they attack California.
Let's see. Wait, there was a deep topic that was brought to me today. God, I forget who it was. It was Shady. Had a question. Basically, why don't or why is conservatism actually the new counterculture?
Was that Mookie or was that me?
It was probably me. The storm with outside is making this bad.
Okay, you roboted as you were asking your question. Well, maybe it was me then. I don't know.
I'll get
you
your
saying
super
is the conservatism the new counterculture?
Thank you, Cryptic. I'd take up arms again if I have to. Thank you, Point Curation. The movie Threads. Threads? I don't know that movie.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. But
okay,
sorry, guys. I felt the wind taken out of my sails right now.
That's fine. No, there was a slight argument on Twitter today about how kids today are embracing, and it's the one I saw started with Jeff Holiday, how kids are embracing conservatism as the counterculture, and in his estimation, the conservatives control everything, which I guess governmentally they do, but society-wise they don't. And I've seen a few people, Milo was one, who've called conservatism the new counterculture. Is there any validity to that?
Well, the pendulum has swung so far to the right that anything that isn't extreme could be called conservatism at this point. So I don't know. It all depends on your proportionality, I suppose.
I mean, if you're looking at it socially, specifically, then it can be interpreted that way. Like if you look at it, a lot of people do have somewhat of a rebellious stance against the shit that's going on socially, because like people like Dusty and other people, every time you say, well, the leftists are doing all this shit and they want to do X, Y, and Z, then they'll say, well, what laws are in place that state this? And then most people don't have an answer because technically there aren't any laws yet that are really in place to say that, you know, you have to, well, I mean, other than like, you know, Canada or whatever, where they're like, you have to use people's pronouns and all that type of stuff. But they're saying there are like social ramifications behind doing that stuff that could literally make you lose your livelihood. So even if there aren't laws in place that say like, oh, you can't do this, which a lot of people bring up as a counter argument, there's still severe social consequences to not following what the current culture is. So
yeah, and not just social. Yeah. I mean, losing you mentioned your livelihood. If you say the wrong thing, there'll be people who go after your job.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who laugh at the idea of conservative counterculture, it really is, if you're talking socially, it is a rebellion. It is this, and you see this with kids, the more you try to control them, the more they're going to rebel against that control. So the more you tell them you can't drop an N-bomb, or you have to call that person she, even though it's got a dick, the more they're going to be like, fuck you, I don't have to do that. And that is counterculture. And part of the problem is that a lot of the people that are against this idea, and this includes Jeff, are a bit of hippies, and they think counterculture means hippie culture. And it did at one time, but not anymore. So yeah, that was the only thing I had. Oh, that's not true. I had another story I can talk about real quick. There were the New Yorker put out a story today about how, I guess problematic is the word, how problematic it is that New York has accepted Chick-fil-A.
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You see, the problem is Chick-fil-A got a lot of shit about their Christian conservative leadership, and not liking gay marriage. And Chick-fil-A is one of those companies that really, really, really pisses off liberals, because they tried to destroy it, and instead they made it more popular than ever. But this guy writes this story from the fifth floor of the largest Chick-fil-A in the world, which is apparently in New York City.
Of course it is.
And he talks about how, as he's looking around the Chick-fil-A that he's in, there's no like scripture or anything on the wall there. But all over the wall and on the tables, and there's signs. They talk about community. And suddenly the word community is a bad thing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Isn't community supposed to be? Never mind. Anyway, this guy's really upset because, New York is supposed to turn away from Chick-fil-A, because you can't just eat a sandwich. You have to think about the religious beliefs of the person who runs that company.
Well, like, they don't like not hire gay people and shit, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen some dudes that were, or just like, I'm pretty sure that I've seen gay people working at Chick-fil-A. So it's not like they don't hire him. He gave his personal opinion about what he feels due to his religion. So if they have freedom of expression and you can go around and express yourself however you want, then they have the freedom to express how they feel about that. But they're not discriminating against gay people. He just made a statement about how he feels about it. So I don't understand what the problem is. He is
LeShook.
He is. He really is. Well, look at it from the hashtag Me Too lens. Anybody that's got hit with this, they're gone. And that's how liberals work. I mean, you attack somebody until they're gone. But yeah, he's really upset because this Chick-fil-A, they sell a sandwich every 6 seconds.
Oh no.
That is incredible. And yeah, apparently you're not supposed to do that because the people who own it are Christian.
That's bad.
Fuck off.
I can't even make a sandwich in 6 seconds.
As a woman, you should be ashamed.
You should.
You need to practice.
The trap with the 54-foot schlong. I have nothing to be ashamed of. Trust me.
You got an extra orifice to help you, and you still suck.
It's an extra foot. Jesus. Do you use your dick to make food too?
I use it to balance.
Oh, is your dick also
like a brontosaurus's tail?
Yes.
I see. We have much to discuss.
Yes, I will teach you the ways of proper dick management.
Proper dick management.
I respect it.
Is that could be your new book, Zen and the Art of Dick Management?
That's right. Me and we will write it together.
We're gonna write a book. It's gonna be a bestseller.
Bestseller.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! So I peeked over at Pat's video on his new channel, and I don't know why Pat is so damn shiny in this video, but I'm gonna need you to cut it out.
Oil.
Cut it out.
Oil up for that?
He definitely did.
Sex appeal. Is that sex appeal?
Like it looked
That's
like
how
he
you get all the views.
It looked like he just got done getting a Nuru massage and just straight came.
Pat will single-handedly enthuse the women of the conservative / this community to agree with him.
Anyway,
and watch more videos and shit. Because they don't. I don't know if you know this, but they do not.
Pat, you got an air mattress over there? You over there getting Nuru massages before you do your videos?
Aw, shit.
Because if so, I might have...
Monkey should get a Nuru massage. We should like buy him one.
Oh man,
I like a massage too.
Monkey, you come out that bitch like, well, skipping.
Okay. Since we're talking about proper dick management, there's a video that I just put into chat.
There's a video.
You don't have to watch much.
Have you sent me porn?
It's not
you know
porn.
I will watch it while we're on.
What
stream.
the fuck? Ah, fuck no. I'm done.
Where is it? Hang on.
It's in the chat there.
It's in the.
I don't know how you guys haven't seen these. They play on all kinds of YouTube videos.
What the fuck?
Residue free.
Jim Heelis says, breaking. Pentagon says the U.S. has hit all of the designated targets and operations are now complete.
Well, that was fast. What is he putting on his dick? Is that crack?
Yes.
No,
it's cocaine.
Powder.
It's cocaine.
cocaine,
He's German, and he's got a hooker. He's going to put suck him off with the cocaine on his dick. We heard about this last night.
Now
I'm looking at them thighs though.
You are?
Them some sexy thighs. Look at this. Look at the thigh.
Well, man, you should see my legs. I walk everywhere. I have beautiful legs. Oh, my legs. I love my legs.
Now, this comes from a website called manscaped.com.
Yay.
And I just linked their video page. You guys should really go. Just look at this page. Don't watch the videos. Just look at some of their thumbnails. Because these are all videos that are up on.
Cancer. That's a balloon.
What's that?
I did this video already. The testicular cancer one. Best ball shaving razor. Are your balls taking a beating?
Have you heard of the lawnmower? This is the one I talked about a couple of days ago. That is a electric razor specifically designed to trim your ball hair.
I think I'm gonna send this to my boyfriend.
Because of his greasy balls.
Just put a guard on some clippers. He'd be all right.
No, I'm gonna send it to him without any context.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Right under that video, we see one that says "World's Best Performance Ball Spray."
I appreciate this kind of content. I need more of this in my life.
Oh, it's the X Fireball in chat. I haven't seen you in a long time, or at least.
Hey, X Fireball.
Stop.
Or if I have seen you, it's just my early onset Alzheimer's that's preventing me from remembering.
I gotta stop clicking links on the fucking stream in the chat because I popped out the chat and it keeps popping up in the link where the chat's supposed to be.
You gotta right click on it and then.
I know, but I'm fucking.
You don't know. You see, Satsu doesn't know how to use a keyboard and a mouse.
Scribe.
We're learning this. What?
Look here, sir.
Yes, look here.
I do not appreciate your fuckery.
Your feelings on the matter are irrelevant.
I am very
Satsu,
aware.
You are several years my elder, I think, right? You're older than 20.
Well, yeah, I'm like 27.
Yeah, so several years my elder. You should know how to use a mouse and a keyboard.
I know how to use a mouse and a keyboard. I don't know how to use a mouse and a keyboard to 360 no-scope headshot somebody in fucking Far Cry 5.
Get good, done.
Let's see. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff says, quote, "This wave of airstrikes is over." This wave.
They're gonna do another wave.
Is your
wave. They're at least leaving it open for a sequel. So.
Oh joy! I love sequels. They're always.
I'm trying to talk to y'all about ball health, and y'all are talking about the war.
I know.
Okay. Let's talk about dicks next.
By all means, go ahead. Talk about Robin.
Weebo,
Monkey.
Did you like that picture I made?
Hang on. I just remembered. I have a bone to pick with you. It's about exactly what you're about to mention. Dude, what the frick?
What's the matter?
Sir,
You
Sir.
told me you liked it.
Hang on. This requires face cam.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Let me focus in on Weebo.
Wait 1 second. Hang on.
There we go.
Wait,
All right,
one
Weebo, the
minute.
floor is yours. What are you doing, Monkey?
Monkey?
One second here.
That picture.
Is Monkey
Okay,
turning on? Okay.
That picture is everything wrong with what has happened this week. All right, that picture is the reason that there is a war. The fact that that exists is the reason why everything has gone to shit. You have created a monster. All right, I've never been more disrespected in my life. Oh my goodness. Do you see that hair? My hair is all natural. I would never do that to my hair. Wig or no. All right.
Did your boob almost pop out?
Huh?
Over on the left. No, you keep going. I'm talking to the guys right now.
He talk about your weave.
Get animated again. What's the matter?
I'm so
Skype.
You knocked her out of her stride.
I was on a roll, all right? I was on a roll. You interrupted me. That's another thing.
I don't know why you keep
Disrespect me.
coming at me. Every time you do, you lose. It's
Sir.
yes, ma'am.
Sir.
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
That color purple does not match my skin tone.
Oh, I think you
would
look
never
good.
be caught dead wearing something so tacky and sparkly for that matter. Jesus Christ. I am a tomboy.
It's not sparkly.
It's
shiny.
Shiny, sparkly, same fucking difference.
You're a tomboy. Is your gender trans?
No, my gender is 50-foot trapped schlong.
It's weeb trans.
Are you not a gym boy?
Ah,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, she's feral.
That growl is pretty effective.
This is some of my best Photoshop work.
That I gotta say,
I didn't even realize that was Weebo's face.
Yeah, I mean, you got it to where it looks like it's actually there. The shadow, the whole 9 yards is
that's
very
why-
impressive.
That's why there's something wrong with this.
Monkey went to great lengths to fuck with you.
Yeah, 53 feet of it.
Actually, that only took like 2 minutes.
It's a very good job. It's a very good job.
Monkey
Well,
took
her head
2
needs
minutes
moved
out of
over
his day.
slightly to the right, and there's a
Yeah, I
little
saw
clip
that.
that should have been done on her neck. But otherwise, yeah, I think it works well the way it looks, though, because this makes her look like she's got a hunchback.
It also makes it look like her head is gigantic in proportion to the rest of her body. But yeah,
I don't want to talk to Monkey anymore.
Weebo, don't worry. I don't think you look bad in that picture.
I'm going to change this to my avatar.
I think
Oh,
you're
God.
beautimous.
Suck my nuts, Monkey.
You first.
I think you're beautimous. Okay.
no, Satsu's trying to butter you up.
Well, she said she was on a roll, so
Oh,
Well done. Well
nice.
played.
That was good.
Nice.
Oh, shit. I closed chat.
Oh,
while I
that was joke of the
pulling up
night
this
right
picture.
there.
There we go. Yeah, she gets angry, and I don't understand why. She probably needs less cholesterol. She's eating that pizza over there. You should have like vegetables now and then.
There's tomato sauce on here. That's a
That ain't a-
vegetable.
that dry ass
No,
pizza.
that's a
ain't no
fruit
tomato
sauce. Tomato sauce is a fruit sauce, dear.
They put vegetables in pepperoni, right? Like spices and shit. That's a vegetable.
Yeah, spices and shit are vegetables. Oh, dear Lord. Anyway, I have nothing to do at work until 10. I'm being paid to watch Lords of the Night, basically. Cool.
Oh,
Coach.
Nice.
what up?
Cody.
Yeah.
Cody rocking it. Does Weebo need a hug? Weebo, are you a hugger? You look like a hugger.
Depends on the person that's hugging me and my level of peeved with them I am.
A lot of girls I know with huge boobs like to hug too, and I am totally fine with that.
It's so nice. It's a nice gesture. Is mayo a vegetable? No, it's a chicken.
Is mayonnaise a vegetable?
Excuse me.
Mayo is chicken, y'all. Look it up.
To the heart.
Stake through the heart. Oh my God, that killed me. The only way to kill a vampire is with a stake. STEAK through the heart.
Pat says we was spices and shit.
We with spices and shit.
Death by cholesterol.
Hmm.
Well,
Well,
eggs, chicken.
I mean, if it wasn't already the case, in the absence of another deep topic, guys, we're just going to open it up to chat early, just for the hell of it. So if you have questions, comments, concerns, conspiracy theories, ideas on whether we're going to be all, going into Fallout mode in the next year or something, put them in the chat. And put probably question marks for questions that are for us, so we know it's for us. And thank you, average apathetic American. If it is World War III, what are the actual odds of a draft? If there is a draft, millennials in a draft, fuck that, I volunteer. How about you? The likelihood of the draft being reinstated is slim.
Super slim.
Super slim.
Although I do not mind shipping a bunch of SJWs off to war.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is bread a vegetable?
What?
Oh, God.
Maybe if it's, I don't know.
If this is the kind of conversation we're about to have, I'm just going to check out. I got my fork right here.
Would bread be
Talking
a
about
vegetable?
potato bread?
Because it grows from the ground?
Potato bread is a vegetable.
Dandelions grow from the ground.
You know what else grows from the ground,
You
Weebo?
can eat dandelions, though.
You can, but they're not a vegetable.
Maybe they are. Are you discriminating, Monkey?
Yes.
How dare you?
It's a grain, says Pat.
As far as I'm concerned, anything that comes from the ground is a vegetable and therefore healthy for me.
So zombies are vegetables?
Yep.
Worms.
The pizza that I'm eating, very healthy for me.
We have a term for you in the hood.
Good night, baby. Love you.
Would you like to know it?
Yeah, hit me.
Silly bitch.
Oh, I thought you were
Better
going with
than
hood
me.
rat, but okay.
Better than being a pussy bitch,
You a silly bitch.
which I am not.
Strawberries are vegetables, y'all.
Fuck yeah.
Strawberries are vegetables. Watermelons is vegetables. Squishy's home, and she's a vegetable.
Minding Hitler's here. I got to ask him a question. Are you upset that we're getting ready to go into World War III and you guys didn't start at this time?
No.
Missed
I mean,
opportunity, if you ask me.
How upset are your people right now?
Well, he's upset enough to invade a Scottish castle.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's his only real, outlet.
Fireball asked me if I played any new games. I've been enjoying the shit out of Far Cry 5.
Point Curation says, I think people may look back at times like this, like the Cuban Missile Crisis. I hope we're not anywhere near that stage. There's a great documentary called The Fog of War that interviews Robert S. McNamara about what was going on at the time during the Cuban Missile Crisis. And I'm not, even people who were alive then, I don't think really have an appreciation necessarily of just how close we came to World War, like nuclear war.
Jesus.
What?
Bad comic reviews in chat. You have no proof they didn't start it, Ranting Monkey. You think the Germans are above gassing people?
Oh
Oh my God. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you with that laugh, but
that's okay.
hit me hard. Good job. Good job.
I was being too serious anyway. No.
Scribe, just think, if we're doomed,
Hi, Monkey.
life.
Hey, Squishy.
He said hello.
Hello, Scribble.
Hello. Hello,
Hello,
Squishy 2 cents.
That's Weebs.
Weebs.
She has a huge dick, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel it. Okay, girl.
She feels it already all the way over there.
Yeah, that's sassy.
She like, is that what's in our living room?
This girl's feeling my dick.
Jean-Pierre says, Ranting Monkey and Scribe Light. Have you seen Rob Roy starring Liam Neeson? I own a copy of Rob Roy. So,
No.
yes. It's great. It's a great sword fights and what's his name?
What if I to say?
Jesus, she is.
Oh, shit.
Squishy just said Weebo looks short. And I'm like, yep, she is.
Hey. That's true, but hey.
I can spot a short person.
She's short, but that's why she coils her penis to
I wrap it around my torso multiple times to walk
Yeah.
around with it, or I have a
That's for the
perception
midget,
of
I
like
understand.
Yeah, Weebo's actually flat-chested. That's just the coil around her midsection.
She's travel size.
Travel size.
Screw what Monkey's done with the Photoshop. Scribe, I've never been so disrespected in my life.
Hey, I'm happy for you to.
I
Okay.
do it myself.
I'm happy for you to prove that I'm wrong right now.
Yes. Prove it right now.
I'll show you. Aaron, I have the bikini pic, so I'll send it to you.
Yay!
Damn, that was easy.
Are you sending this to all of us?
No, just Scribe.
Yay!
Scribe don't need proof.
Trump's approval rating for you guys.
Approval rating?
At this point, I'll give him a 25 after today.
25.
Out of what?
Out of 100.
Yeah.
Out of 26.
All right, there you go. Now attest to the rest of the people,
It's
Scribe,
high.
that my
Everyone.
tits are real.
That's all you're worried about? We've seen him bounce on screen before.
Like 5 minutes ago, actually.
Ooh. Okay, well, that deserves a response. So hold on.
You should. He's going to send you a dick pic now.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
if you guys-
exactly, yeah.
Not
If you
the
didn't
first
watch her
one.
stream earlier, go back and watch it. She jumps around quite a bit, and yeah, they're flopping everywhere. You're not wearing a bra today, are you?
No, I was wearing a bra.
Dear
Now I'm
Christ,
not,
that
but
was
I
with a bra. Fuck.
They're triple Ds. What do you expect?
Tame the
I-
beast.
Tame the beast.
What do I expect from Triple D's? Well,
Green Death asked, "Are we doing a Sunday reading to finish it off, Monkey? Are we doing this Sunday or next Sunday?"
I don't know. I'll have to get back to you.
Okay.
I don't
Hear
know what I
that?
have planned this
Everything
weekend.
is contingent upon Monkey.
Well, you can still do it, and if I can make it, I can jump in. Otherwise, doesn't matter.
It was
Jump
more fun when you showed up.
I make everything more fun. Backscan says, Scribe, they could be padded. Nudes or it didn't happen.
no, that's not padding. I mean, that's natural padding.
Is she wearing like those little tiny triangles?
No.
No, it's not like that.
Oh.
Not
You know,
quite.
Monkey,
But even
we wouldn't
without
have
the
to ask
tiny
questions if she sent it to all of us.
I know, right? Oh,
Niggas.
wait till my next Photoshop job.
You should Photoshop her boobs away.
Just flatten the chest right out. I could do
Swear to
that.
God, if you take away the assets,
Okay, Weebo, check your DMs.
What in the hell is on Weebo's head in that photo? That's her
Spaghetti.
cosplay outfit. When she wants to be, what is it, Starfire? That's how she dresses up. Oh God! Now everybody's stuck on your titties. See what you did?
this is Scribe's fault. I'll have you know.
Everybody's stuck on the big old titty. You can't bring big
Whoa.
old titties in anywhere. It just fucks everything up.
At least we know if like a flood comes, we could all,
Just grab onto Weebo. She's tiny. There's not much of her to hold on to. We have to be grabbing titty.
Exactly.
You know, I'm pretty buoyant, not gonna lie.
Pretty buoyant.
There's a
Can
lot
you
of hot
imagine-
air.
Can you imagine if they found her like dead in the water? They're like, oh, she went titty up.
No.
Oh my God. Actually, that might save her.
You know, with this kind of chat, we're gonna have to get the bully hunters in here.
I'm so
No.
sorry.
Bully Hunter 77 is my favorite Bully Hunter. You know,
Bully
I've
Hunter
got-
69 is the one I want to try.
I've got the trading card.
I don't understand what that's supposed to accomplish. You kill somebody in a game where they know they have a chance of dying, and all you say is bullying is no game.
Yeah. Well, I'm still
Fucking retarded.
trying to figure out how this isn't just an outgrowth of white people roundup.
And the response is, shut up, bitch.
Yeah, no shit. Fuck you.
Like fucking your mom is though. Ha ha.
Get back in the kitchen. I love how triggered they were by that. They actually included that as part of the
Yeah.
horrible thing said. Get back in the kitchen. If somebody, if that throws you out of your game, because those women in the trailer, they're like, I don't even want to play. Like, well, get back in the kitchen then. Fuck off.
Dude,
Like- You get to a point in the kitchen where you're confident enough that you don't actually have to be in the kitchen all the time. So, like, with me, I'm a boss in the kitchen, so I don't have to be there all the time.
Thank you, Snub Earth. In case of emergency, Weebo boobs can be used as a flotation device, and the genital can be used to mast a sail.
Oh boy!
There you
Jesus.
Wow.
Gross.
Monkey, I used to play Call of Duty with this dude who was like a complete total asshole, and we were playing Call of Duty, and like some lady was playing. She was playing a game, and you could tell, and she was just like talking to people in the background, and her kid started crying, and my friend was like, "Bitch, shut your fucking stupid kid up." And she was like, "Excuse me?"
Nice.
He was like, "You heard me, bitch. Shut your fucking kid up before I come and do it." And I'm like, "Oh my god, what is wrong with you?" He was just like, I'm sick of hearing kids crying through the mic. I'm like, mute her. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna mute her, all right." I'm like, "Dude, you're going to prison. You better calm that shit down."
Oh, shit.
He was an asshole. Like he used to do that all the time, just like say really fucked up shit to people online. I'm like, dude, one of these days, somebody's gonna find you.
Have we seen Braveheart? Yes.
No,
Braveheart?
actually. But that's my dad's favorite movie, so I'm probably going to end up seeing it soon.
Freedom!
That's his favorite line.
It's okay.
I know, right?
Too long.
Yeah,
It was way
Braveheart.
too long.
Actually, I don't. I've seen Braveheart, of course. I don't particularly like Braveheart. I mean, it's got quotable lines and shit, but it's just like overblown. Like it's a long, like 2.5 hour act of masturbation from Mel Gibson's ego, and aside from some memorable moments, it's not one of my favorite movies.
My dad just likes it because he likes the whole freedom aspect, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's very pandering to that sense, but yeah.
Winston, no, we're playing 7 Days to Die tonight.
Which is basically called real life this week. Let's see. Jesse DeFennick Fox, to all, what vampire movie is your favorite one? Oh, probably Near Dark, except for the ending, which is admittedly dumb. But otherwise, Near Dark from 86, I think, 86, 87, I forget. It's directed by Catherine Bigelow, who was for a time James Cameron's wife, but she also did Hurt Locker eventually and a couple other things. And it's got Lance Hendrickson and Adrian Pastar and Bill Paxton. Bill Hicks. Jesus. It's a great movie.
Yes, I did, Snub Earth. Somebody asked something. Oh, vampire movies. There's a movie. I mean, I guess you can call it a vampire movie. It's recent too. I think they were in Antarctica, and it was like 30 Days a Night. Yeah, that was
30 Days a Night. That was in Barrow, Alaska.
Yeah, that was a pretty good movie. I really enjoyed that one. And plus, it's the only vampire movie that I can think of that I've seen recently that I didn't turn off. So, yes, 30 Days of Night was pretty good. Yep.
And, the direct-to-video sequel, it's a rare thing. The direct-to-video sequel isn't that bad.
Really?
All things considered, yeah. I mean, now, both are based on comic books, or graphic novels, I should say. The first movie gets most of the graphic novel told. There's even like web series of stuff that tells like supplementary stories to it. There's a whole lore of universe around that whole vampire, that movie and the comic books and everything. So 30 Days a Night was pretty good.
Monkey's back.
Monkey, what's your favorite vampire movie?
I don't know if you guys can hear me because I'm roboting like fuck.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
My favorite is Underworld.
No, really?
The original?
It has nothing to do with the plot. It has nothing to do with it. Is purely Kate Beckinsale in black leather.
Yeah. Okay.
I've watched that movie like 8 times, and I don't care about the plot at all.
Weebo, what's your favorite vampire movie? If you've seen any.
Well, no, I've seen tons. I just don't have a favorite. Unless you count that video of the Count from Sesame Street It's The Count Censored. If you've ever
Yeah.
heard,
Oh, I love The Count
fucking
Censored.
movie.
That's hilarious.
That's my favorite vampire movie.
Cheapest and easiest way to turn that into hilarity.
It was great.
Jean-Pierre, Jean-Pierre, what's your favorite Christopher Lee movie? Oh, it's obviously Gremlins 2.
I don't know who Christopher Lee is, so I'm out.
How about Saruman?
Oh, that?
Yes, Count Dooku, Christopher Lee.
Shit! Oh my god, I know who that is.
Oh my god!
I just didn't know his name. I liked him in the prequels.
Everybody's freaking out on this shit. It's like, what? Christopher Lee was in Gremlins 2? And like, yes, indeed he was for like, a scene or 3, but he was in there.
He was the scientist.
Did he have a fucking Sharknado cameo? Was that how brief it was?
He was he was a scientist or something for like a couple of scenes in Gremlins 2. It was just, for a second there.
Squishy made me watch 5 of the Sharknado movies. Wait, there's only 5, right? 6 ain't come out yet. Fuck, she made me watch all of them.
The 6th will be the last one, they say.
Oh my god. They literally put celebrities in that movie to die. I swear to God, when they come up to people, they're like, hey, you want to die in a movie?
Exactly.
Because, oh my god. They just show up and then they die. I'm like, what the fuck is Frankie Muniz doing in this movie?
Let's see. People are talking about Dracula. Yes, the Hammer horror films with Christopher Lee as Dracula. I mean, they vary in quality depending, but yes, he was a good one. Harvest Marvel says, what do you guys think of the soap opera Dark Shadows once it brought in the supernatural aspects that is? Well, do you mean the original or like the 90s reboot? It was the 90s reboot I saw with Ben Cross.
Wasn't there a reboot with, what's his face?
Oh, yeah, there was a movie reboot with Johnny Depp. But Dark Shadows started as a British sort of soap opera. It was like a half-hour long soap opera, and it started out kind of like your General Hospital, Days of Our Lives kind of thing.
I don't know.
But so your basic TV soap operas.
I don't watch soap operas.
Okay, just humans having dramas and things.
Soap operas are the most sleep-inducing things I've ever witnessed.
Weebo doesn't know what a soap opera is.
I don't know what it's like for people to have drama in their lives.
Anyway, a serialized TV show. And that was just basically a daily little drama with families and stuff. But then they started adding supernatural aspects and eventually added this whole subplot about a vampire who comes back to life and all this other stuff. So it turned into a horror soap opera after starting out as just sort of your basic one.
Wait, Supernatural? I love Supernatural. That's a great
good show.
Does
that count as a soap opera?
Did I miss a super chat? Oh, I did. Peterbilt Confederacy, thank you. What did you guys think about the Dragonheart movie? Well, Dragonheart, I mean,
which one? 1, 2, or 3?
Hold on, I think you had a super chat, Scribe.
I just read the super chat.
Oh, did you? Oh, I'm sorry.
That was what I just read.
Super chat.
Yeah, thanks for that. So Sean Connery's voice as a dragon is always welcome. The movie was pretty cheesy though, and the sequels sucked. That was my thought on Dragonheart.
Soap operas are terrible.
Soap operas, yeah. Let's see.
Days of Our Lives. I'm just like, nobody cares about your life.
What's the closest thing that I can get to watch a soap opera? Like, just start naming off TV shows for me.
Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, Days of Our Lives, The Young and the Restless.
The Young and the Restless.
Yeah. Look these things up, Weebo. Use the Twitters.
Oh my god, they are so fucking mind-numbingly boring.
Yeah, they're for like stay-at-home moms and things and people and old ladies that like watching their stories.
Scribe, how do I use the Twitter machine to look up soap operas?
Put in hashtag soap opera.
What's a hashtag?
I don't know. Let's see. The Young and the Wrestlers. Yes, thank you, Mining Freedom. General Hospital. Yes, I remember General Hospital, The Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, Guiding Light.
I've never heard of any of these.
What was the other? There was a couple. I mean, there's so many.
As the World Turns. Yeah.
As the World Turns. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, God.
Does Jane the Virgin count?
Let's see. Barnabas Collins, Mary Hartman, yeah. Favorite direct to VHS movie, says Chiogorath. Direct to VHS? Oh my
What
God.
the fuck?
I also don't know what that means. Someone explain.
Okay, so you know direct to video?
Yeah.
Okay. Just imagine that before there were DVDs.
What's a VHS?
You're not that fucking young. Holy cats.
How far I can take this?
Direct VHS movie. I worked in a video store, so I saw plenty of them, but I'm trying to think of like the best one. I don't know. Data Wasteland says, Scribe Light, how about one of the best B movies, Army of Darkness? I like Army of Darkness. It wasn't a direct-to-video sequel, though.
VHS. Oh my God.
Peter Herbert, do you watch any CW DC superhero shows, Weebo?
Sorry, yes I do, when I get the chance.
Jesse mentions Passions. That was another soap opera. Dallas was a prime time soap opera, but it wasn't a daily thing in the morning kind of deal.
I was trying to think of an acronym for VHS, but the only thing I can think of is vaginal hydration syndrome.
Good for you.
So when she's too wet all of the time, she's too moist.
Did we lose Monkey?
Several times.
I'm here.
Oh.
Monkey, any
But
perspective on
I
the
can
whole
barely
VHS?
hear what you guys are.
Oh, he's hearing
What's
us as
that?
robots.
Any perspective or shenanigans you can give me on this whole soap opera VHS conversation?
No, because I can barely hear what's going on.
Oh, great.
Oh no.
So we're robots to him because of thunder.
Cash diggle.
Let's see. Have we seen Ready Player One? I have not seen Ready Player One.
Oh my
wanna
God, it
see
was
it.
good.
I won't see it.
It was so good.
Scribe Light, did you ever watch Soap? It was a soap opera that was a satire of soap operas. No, I never watched it. I know of it, though. I
Wait.
think Billy Crystal was in it, I think.
If it was a satirical look at soap operas, does that make it not a soap opera?
Yeah. Jean-Pierre asks, Scribe Light, have you seen the Darkman trilogy? Well, I own the Darkman trilogy because I bought it in preparation for at some point doing Darkman as a movie you should have watched. I've never actually owned a copy until now, so I only saw Darkman and Darkman 2. I didn't watch Darkman 3, so I might. But Jeff Fahey's in it, so it's got to be good, right?
That movie sounds pretty racist.
Darkman 3 or Darkman?
Darkman.
Do you know why he's called Darkman?
Because he's black. I
No,
don't-
because the fake skin that he uses to cover up his horrible burns only lasts for 99 minutes in daylight.
Oh.
So it lasts. It's photosensitive, so he can make it last as long as he's in the dark or away from sunlight, and he can look like a normal human being. But as soon as 99 minutes pass, his fake skin melts off, and he's a burn victim again.
Does it recharge when he goes back into the darkness?
It slows down its decay. So it goes from 99 minutes to much longer periods.
That sounds
Let's see. Adam Mangold. My grandma was watching, I think it was As the World Turns when Kennedy was assassinated. Yeah, some of those soap operas had been going on for decades and decades and decades. So I think General Hospital only went off the air relatively recently. It had been going on since the 50s or something.
Yeah, a lot of those shows, man. Like usually the only time I ever see them now is when I go to like a hospital or something. And they're they're on the lobby.
Let's see. Scribe Light, worst 80s action film? Worst? Oh God, there's so many. I mean, you know how many movies came out on VHS that were just like the cheesy, like low budget action movies?
Describe what's your VHS?
It's my very hateful syndrome directed at you right now. Let's see. Winston Churchill says, I heard Ready Player One sucked, and it was from my my chat moved too fast. It was from my go-to movie guy. Weebo must have shit taste.
I don't know.
I have shit taste. I happen to absolutely love horrible movies that everyone else hates.
Well, what's really weird about that is like there were some people who I have quite a few like go-to movie people that I watch, and some of them were like greatest movie ever. It was awesome, and some of the other ones were like, nah, it was terrible. But it's all, I guess it's opinion.
How old do you go-to movie guy? Is he old or is he like young?
They range, and most of them are on the younger side.
Your boy Pat says, Scribe Light, you ever seen They Call Me Trinity? No. Is that a Matrix reference?
Scribe,
I've seen. Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Have you ever? That reminds me. Have you ever seen a movie called They Call Me Bruce?
Is that the Bruce Campbell movie? You mean?
Bruce Campbell? No, it's a guy who everybody keeps confusing for Bruce Lee.
No, I've never seen that. No.
Okay.
I'm looking it up now. I see that it exists. They call me Bruce? Question mark. Okay.
Backscan 3030. What's your favorite zombie movie? Zombieverse, bitches.
Dawn of the Dead, the original.
Squishy just said that shit. That's so funny.
Well, Zombieverse is a fun
Zombieverse. That movie's dumb as shit, but it was funny.
It's funny and it's fun to drink too.
Oh, Viror of Ashmedai. Have you seen the old 70s movie Death Race 2000? Oh, with Sylvester Stallone? Yes, I've seen Death Race 2000 with Frankenstein, and they drive over people and stuff. The remake in the early 2000s or whatever was absolute shit, but there you go.
Hey, Weebo, if you like concentrated shit, you should watch Zombies.
Oh, God.
Zombies. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Speaking of really bad, like, action movies, Red Letter Media just put out their latest Best of the Worst edition on, they released that earlier today. So if you want to see some bad action movies from the 80s and 90s, look up Red Letter Media. Actually, anything those guys do is just about as hilarious as you can imagine. So, Winston Churchill says, "Have we ever seen Zombie Lake?" No, can't say that I have.
Maybe.
Corey Suzuki, has anyone seen the show Blood Drive? Not that I know of. Backscan says, well, got to go early night all. Bye, Backscan.
Bye.
EG says, seen Meet the Feebles a long time ago. Harvos Marvos, since we're talking about various mainstream monsters, favorite werewolf movie / TV series? I like Ginger Snaps, the first one. That was pretty good for what it was.
I liked Scooby-Doo.
They
have werewolves in that.
It's true.
I've seen them. I've seen them with my own 2 eyes.
American Werewolf in London was always pretty good too.
I think Squishy showed me that movie.
Yeah, some of the effects haven't quite held up well, but the transformation scene with turning into a werewolf is still burned into my memory. So
yeah, that shit was intense. I was like, holy fuck.
Tack Alpaca, have you seen Basic with Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta? Yes, long time ago. Let's see. Has anyone seen Zombiever?
That was my favorite zombie movie. I just said.
Yeah, well, Green Death wasn't listening. What can I tell you?
Green Death, get your ears working in business, okay?
Yeah, keep those Zombievers out of your ears. Man, that movie was dumb.
It was.
So dumb.
I wish Monkey could hear me because I heard today that they're remaking Weird Science.
Weird Science.
I heard that. Why?
Yeah. I don't know, but they plan on making it not a comedy-ish and more dark and gritty.
Oh, fuck. You know, the movie still holds up. If you're going to make that, make a different fucking movie.
Yeah. I just re-released the original in the theaters because why not? It would still go over well today, I think. Maybe not. Jesse DeFenick Fox, favorite Friday the 13th movie?
Probably 5.
Yeah, I remember liking 3 and 5 for some reason. I forget why exactly. I think it was it 3 with the girl running through the woods with the short shorts? Probably. Yeah.
That's probably why then.
That's probably why, yeah.
Scribe, you perv.
I am a dirty old man at this stage of the game. Let's see. Worst popular 80s film. So what was overrated?
Fire.
Yeah, Chariots of Fire was overrated as fuck. That's true. That got a lot of attention. It was just like, why the fuck is this even a thing?
Yeah.
That's a good choice. Let's see. Puttock says, let me guess, Weird Science is going to be gender swapped. If a couple of girls made a Frankenstein man who granted them all their wishes, I'd probably watch that. I'd like to see what they did with that idea and if they actually got away with it. Because the way the original was at this point, you probably have the Kelly LeBrock character showing up and being like a rabid feminist against 2 toxic males or something.
Dun dun dun.
Let's see. Average apathetic American. This is from yesterday, I think, but how do millennials not know about the Holocaust with a movie like Inglourious Bastards? Well, I don't know.
They watched Inglourious Bastards.
That's the other thing, too.
I've seen that movie, and I have no time to watch movies anymore.
Lucky 7, favorite 80s cartoon. 80s. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Sure. If any of you guys remember the 80s, which I'm guessing it's just Monkey, so.
Wait,
yeah, I'm like, both me and Weebo cannot contribute to this.
Hang on. Spider-Man and Friends. Are you talking about like with fire and ice and shit?
Yeah, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends with Firestar and Iceman. Yes.
Oh my god, dude! I remember that shit.
You must have seen it on like Cartoon Network or something.
Replays.
Yeah.
Probably.
I saw it live, as in when it was first broadcast, a Saturday morning with Alvin and the Chipmunks and everything else.
Aren't you special, Scribe?
I the hell not.
Helmet Boy.
Harvos Marvo, Scribe Light, ever seen the movie Galaxina? No, sounds like softcore. Let's see. He-Man, Ren and Stimpy, G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was always fun. He-Man, I was a big He-Man fan.
Loved He-Man.
Ren and Stimpy freaked me out.
Ren and Stimpy was great. I was so amazed that even was ever broadcast on a kid's show. It was so cool. A kid's channel. It was great.
There's actually an adult version of that show.
Oh, I don't care. Ew, gross.
And it's fucked.
Michael Hatfield says, Scribe Light, have you watched Blood and Chocolate? I've heard of it, but I have not seen it.
Have you guys seen there's a kung fu movie called Chocolate?
No.
It's excellent. It's the girl, she's like mentally challenged or whatever, and her mom is like, she used to be like a mobster or whatever. She's like a drug lord or some shit. And a whole bunch of people owed her money, but she got sick. Like I think she had like cancer or some shit or whatever. So the little girl, like they lived next to a dojo, and she used to sit and just watch the dojo all the time. And basically her shitty ass friend, she got a shitty friend who like takes advantage of her being slow and shit or whatever. He came up with a plan for them to get the money back for her mom so they can, take her to the hospital or whatever. And basically she pretty much learned how to fight from watching that. And like, she's not actively trying to hurt people. She's defending herself. But it's so fucking amazing. It's like a really good movie, and she'd be kicking wholesale ass. I think somebody died in the making of this movie too, because all the stunts were done like by the actual people, and people were getting fucked up. They said a lot of people got injured, and I think somebody died. But it was awesome.
Yes.
I think somebody died, but it was awesome.
Did you guys ever remember the TV show Mr. Meaty?
No.
Mr. What?
Mr. Meaty. It was the TV show, I think, on Nickelodeon. It was about puppets who worked at a burger joint, and it was like the most disturbing shit ever.
I think that rings. Yeah, it sounds familiar to me.
Here, let me find the picture.
Oh, I just
You'll know
realized
it when you see it if you know it.
I just realized I didn't quite explain the title of the stream. So, Masticating and Stanism were the quote-unquote misspellings in the fan fiction that Weebo forced us to read earlier today on her stream.
Of course, you to read it. You just can't.
Whatever.
Started reading. Remember this?
Whatever. So Stanism was supposed to be Satanism, etc. And it's just So
I do remember that show, and it was fucked up.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Lots of people remember Mr. Meaty. Apparently, I apparently have fortunately missed out on that wonderful experience.
It was. It was a fuck.
It was something else.
Yeah.
Winston Churchill says Satsu's pitch to a movie. I think someone died. You should see it. Well, right. Here's the thing. You guys should see Deadpool 2 because I know someone died.
What? Spoilers.
Yeah. Well, no, because one of the stunt people died on the production.
What?
That was a news story. Like she was, I think it was supposed to be the double of the character Domino, and she was doing a motorcycle stunt and she crashed and died.
What?
Holy fuck.
You didn't hear? We talked about this. Well, no, you guys weren't on there. We talked about it on Lords of the Night back when it happened.
I was probably doing studying and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was
that doesn't mean the character died in the movie, guys. I'm not spoilering anything here. It's just that during the course of a stunt, the stunt double unfortunately died.
Well, yeah. I mean, what did you expect us to say? Like, oh, thank God, at least the character's fine.
Well, no, somebody was talking about spoiling something. I'm not spoiling anything.
Okay.
Did you say spoilering?
Spoilering.
Yeah.
I would never want to spoiler.
Do you mean spoiling?
No, spoilering. Spoiler is different. I can't spoil. Never mind, Monkey. Just get with the lingo, would you? Jesus.
Yeah, Monkey.
Yeah. You're not that old. There's a difference. Spoilering. If you're spoilering a movie, it's a whole separate category of definition for the word now, Monkey.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. It's not
Welcome
spoil
to
alert.
2018.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Monkey.
Jim Healis says, breaking Hezbollah sources say Hezbollah special forces have been ordered to mobilize in southern Lebanon in anticipation of escalation with Israel.
Oh, I see it.
I hope that's just moving and not doing, because that would not be good. Russian ambassador to U.S. warns of consequences after strikes. Let's see. General Mattis says, right now, tonight's strike is a one-time shot. Well, and the U.S., quote, specifically identified targets to avoid Russian forces, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs says. So there you go, guys. That's probably all the updates you're going to get from us before we're off for the night.
Hey, Monkey, you think you're going to be good for 7 days, buddy?
We'll see. I'm going to try it, but yeah, everything's still choppy for me.
Is there any rain, or is it just thunder and lightning?
I have no idea. The thunder's actually calmed down a little bit, but we'll see.
All right. Well, guys, by the time we finish up here, it'll be the top of the hour. So anything we want to plug ahead of the end of the show? Weebo, you got anything coming up this weekend and stream-wise?
Yeah, I have Chaos 120 show tomorrow night, 11 to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be shooting the shit. I'm going to have a few guests on for shits and giggles and stuff. That's going to be fun.
And 7 Days to Die stream on 2 cents plus right after this, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and we will definitely be streaming as long as Monkey's fine. If not, then we'll have to figure something out.
Okay, and then, of course, guys, tomorrow night we will be on Monkey's channel, granted that he's able to broadcast tomorrow, I'm assuming so, per usual, where we'll know more about what's going on in our world. Or what's left of it. Yay. Otherwise, chat, thank you so much for coming out tonight. You guys are always the best audience on YouTube. Moderators, thanks for keeping an eye on things, even though our chat is usually relatively well behaved. Thank you so much, everyone who donated. I appreciate your generosity. It's really, really humbling. Monkey, Satsu, as always, thank you for joining me. Weebo, thanks for coming on and bringing all 53 feet of you, plus the 4 that you are.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, okay. Otherwise, guys, your lives make us sad, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Latest.
Bye.